are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about what the benefits are of a CRM. We're going to cover some simple solutions for managing your sales process. I'm Erica.
And I'm Asia.
And we're on the sales team. So we talk with individuals and companies every day and try to figure out if a CRM solution is right for them.
Yeah, so today we're going to kind of walk with you guys through a couple important points. First, of course, what is a CRM? Then we'll dive into how a CRM can help you specifically get organized, sell smarter, and grow those relationships. Third, we'll kind of give you some advice and guidelines of how to find the right CRM for you and your team. And finally, we'll take you through a preview of our tool nutshell.
Great. So you might be wondering, what exactly is a CRM? So before we, jump into discussing if a CRM is right for you, we're just going to cover some basics by breaking it down. So a CRM is a software that helps both, individuals and teams build client relationships and sell more effectively.
Yeah, in the past, people used, pen and paper or spreadsheets to kind of document all of those relationships and all the contact and communication history. And it results in a lot of valuable information just falling through the cracks. With a CRM, you're able to combine that contact management, sales, and marketing efforts in one location and really give that visibility to you and your team members.
Absolutely. And it's actually been found, Asia, that about 88% of missed opportunities were caused because sales couldn't find or leverage internal resources. So that's kind of a huge number where people are just, missing out on working with their leads or their clients just because they, might have had spreadsheets everywhere or sticky notes.
Yeah, those local files and personal notes, are not good for collaboration and really using those opportunities.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what you can do to kind of capitalize on those 88% of opportunities. The first is get organized, and a good CRM should definitely help you do that. That's kind of the ground level foundation. The second is it helps you sell smarter. So once you're organized, there are those features and functions of a CRM that are going to help you really sell smarter. And third is build relationships. So making sure you're not just kind of one and done with your customers. You want to build those relationships and continue growing them throughout, a lifetime.
Absolutely. And really the foundation here is that getting organized, making sure you have that central location for all your data, making sure that, you don't have files scattered everywhere. And there's really just that one go-to place for you and your team. And not only will a CRM help you kind of keep track of that basic contact information, but it's really going to help you capitalize on being able to understand that communication history, which is really important. Whether you're a salesperson or you're doing customer success or you're a support person, being able to have that kind of 360 view of like, okay, these are emails and chats and phone conversations to understand how you should be reaching out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that goes into that third point of being able to collaborate with your team. So knowing when a lead of yours has talked to support and saying, hey, I just want to follow up. I know you talked to support last week and, let's talk about that and then, take the next step. It really, you want to understand your client, like you said, in a 360 view, knowing every touch point you've had. In addition, it lets you work as a team a lot better too. So like in sales, let's say Erica is working a really great lead for 3 weeks and then she gets sick on Thursday and they're going to close that day. Well, I can jump in. I see every conversation Erica has had. I see what notes Erica's taken. I know this lead's preferences, what they want, what they don't want, what their focus is, what their pain points are. I can pick up the phone with no problem and just say, hey, Erica's out today, but this is me and I know all this stuff. You're not wasting any time kind of rehashing what's already been done and erasing that progress. And it makes you, work as a team really easily, be able to hand off when needed and pick up when needed.
Absolutely. And a company that comes to mind when I really think about getting organized is actually Brothers Leather. So Brothers Leather is a husband and wife team. Adam Kale and his wife Beth, they started their own business creating trendy leather bags and selling them at a pretty reasonable price. And as they started to grow as a business, they started to work with more customers, and they had more wholesalers and vendors. They were using the spreadsheet methodology, and so things became really hard for them to manage. It caused a lot of problems for their team. And it just was unsustainable. So they realized, like, hey, there has to be a better solution out there. So they tried using a CRM, and as a result, their team became way more effective as a whole. They were able to get everything in one location, have that visibility. So like what Asia described, if someone was out, someone could jump right in and pick up and understand exactly what's happening. And as a result, not only were they able to have that like really good visibility, but they also saw a lot of growth.
Yeah, they actually saw 40% month over month from implementing kind of this sales tool, which is huge. So it's really getting everything there. Like you said, you don't just talk to a customer once and take an order. They might call back and say, oh, those bags, we really love them. Let's put in 60 more. But maybe Adam talk to that customer at first. So Beth, is unaware of what's happening and what was this. Just being able to have it all there, update really easily, work together, collaborate, and see what's going on with each customer or lead really benefited them. It's huge. You can see it in their bottom line.
Yeah, I think it's like an ease of mind thing too, like not having to worry.
Yeah, absolutely, like being sure.
Yeah, and that really also ties into like the way that you do business, the way you sell. Being able to have that organization, like it was able to help them sell more effectively. And that's kind of the next point of how a CRM will be able to better help you in your business. It's going to help you sell smarter. So making sure that you're able to close more deals more often.
Yep, absolutely. So that first kind of really important thing is that sales process, and a CRM allows you to really streamline that sales process. You find what works best for your team, what works best for your market, who's coming to you, how do they want to be communicated with, what do they need. You're really able to draw that out perfectly and then execute it exactly every single time. And it's streamlined from team member to team member. Every lead is having the same experience with a personalized interactions, which is huge and really the base of that sell smarter concept.
Absolutely. And like on top of building out that iterative sales process, it's going to give you a better way to manage your individual tasks and also like tasks for your team. So if you're a manager thinking about how you can better manage your team, it's really going to help you to be able to do that, kind of see what's going on within the system, make sure that people are following up the way that they need to do. And then, as an individual sales rep, just organize your day. Because I know personally, things can get really crazy really fast if, you're looking at a bunch of different places. So it'll really help you manage your day to day. And then also, I think it's really important to be able to report on your progress. It's great if you have a sales process and you're selling, but if you aren't able to understand what's working or what's not, then...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
getting that feedback of, in this stage of my sales process, people are converting in a day. And maybe in this one, it looks like 50% of the leads that hit this stage are dropping out. Let's tweak it. And even, knowing how to forecast in your pipeline. Here's what's happened in the past. Let's forecast what's in our pipeline right now. What is definitely coming in the next month? What came in last month? What's coming in this month? That reporting piece is huge. And I think what's really amazing to think about is that all of this is done kind of in the background and it's there for you. Like you're not inputting, a good CRM is not going to make you make a new calendar event for everything. It's just kind of like once you get to that step, it's on that step, it's in your CRM. Like I love logging in every day and saying, here's what I have to do today. Like, here's who I'm talking to. Oh yeah, I'm calling back Sally. We're going to talk about this. And looks like Erica has a call with that lead that we talked to last week today to follow up. Like, it's just really nice to have all of that stuff in one place.
Absolutely. I just think that's so important. It saves you time. You feel good about the way that you're organized and you just work more effectively as a team as a whole. And CAFFÈ UMBRIA is another company that was really struggling with like the getting organized, and it affected the way that they were selling.
Yep. Yeah. So they are a Seattle-based coffee roasting company, and like Brothers Leather, they have stores and sell wholesale. So they have a lot of relationships to be tracking, customers and vendors and different stores. It's just a lot to keep track of on, local spreadsheets, which is what they were trying to do. And they're an Italian-based culture. I love this piece of their story. So they really didn't want this strict managerial sales process to come in. They were hesitant about finding something that really fit their culture and allowed them to continue doing business as they appreciated, but capitalize on opportunities. And so they said, okay, well, let's get a CRM. And they were able to develop this sales process that was, as personalized as they needed it to be, and really kept the relationship in their sales and in their day-to-day. And it just allowed them to get organized and get they had no idea what was happening in terms of sales and with numbers. And it was really hard to forecast. And when they had this, local spreadsheets and notes methodology. And once they implemented the CRM and they built out that sales process, they were able to really track leads and see what was going to happen and see how their process was working. And as a team, it's not, a managerial tool. It really is like, as a team, what can we do to improve the experience for every single person who touches us? What can we do, throughout the sales process that's really going to help, foster these relationships and help us sell smarter.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Asia. I mean, it's not only about like the team, but it's about the individual and really trying to take care of your leads and take care of your clients and being able to sell smarter, being able to have that sales process in place, and also being able to do reporting right inside of the system, not have to pull out into Excel. It's just going to give you the better opportunity to do that. And that really relates to the kind of the third component of how a CRM can help, and that's by helping you grow those relationships. Yeah. After you close that deal, like it doesn't have to end there. You really should be focusing on how to turn the customers that you have into advocates for your business, as well as maybe repeat purchasers or people who are sending referrals your way.
Yeah, absolutely. So growing relationships, that kind of should be something you're focusing on throughout that whole sales process and after that cycle's done. So the first thing that a CRM can really help you do is anticipate your customer needs. So, tracking all of this information from every customer and having it all in one place, what works for you and maybe what doesn't work so good for you when it comes to, helping customers out or providing, and you can learn, at this point in the cycle, we really need to take action doing this. And a CRM gives you that visibility and that understanding and, an ability to be proactive instead of reactive with your leads and with your customers. And, happy customers are those who don't need to ask. You're able to say like, and I know you're thinking about this, so let me help you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that ties into like understanding the history of your outreach. I mean, really all of these points that we're discussing today, they build off of one another. So thinking about, getting organized helps you sell smarter. And the combination of getting organized and selling smarter really helps you build out and grow those relationships. So, being able to understand that history, being able to know before the customer knows exactly what they need. It's just about providing them with a better experience as a whole. And after you've accomplished those two things, thoroughly, really being able to segment effectively for other marketing opportunities is really important. Being able to understand who to reach out to when, how you should be reaching out to them, maybe setting them up on a drip campaign, or maybe segmenting down by a location and area. A CRM is going to help you do that.
Yep, absolutely. And I think human element is a great example of someone who really was focused on that relationship aspect of business. So Human Element is a consulting firm. They provide kind of tech strategy help to other businesses. And they had no, real formal way to be tracking all of their communication and their contact, all these efforts that they have to grow relationships and build relationships, which they consider like a center and the foundation of what they do. Those relationships, the people that they work with are their bread and butter. That's everything to them. So really building relationships and knowing where you stand with each of your customers or clients or potential clients is super important to them. And they had no good visibility into what they were doing to foster these relationships. They, you can pull up in your email, in your email platform every day. What did I talk to Bob about last? But, being able to have every effort that you've ever put into a contact in one place is amazing. So knowing, oh man, they called and they only talked to our front desk. I wasn't here during lunch last Tuesday. Just like knowing every detail about the relationship that you've had makes you, a loyal vendor. It enabled human element after they implemented the CRM. It enabled them to have this visibility and say, this is great. I can follow up well. I know when to follow up. I know who I spoke to. I know who they spoke to, and really be able to build those relationships.
Absolutely. And not only were they able to, continue to build those relationships with their leads and their current clients, but they actually saw an annual growth of about 20% for the past 3 years. So that's really exciting too. It's like not only are they providing that really, really wonderful experience for their customers and really helping build meaningful relationships with them, but they're able to see that good growth.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. So once you all understand kind of what a CRM is, what a good CRM can do for you, we kind of want to help you out in your search. We know this space is huge, and we talk to people every day that are kind of, just starting the process of looking for a new CRM, or just starting the process of learning what a CRM is, and we lend a hand. And there's always one thing that we say to kind of start with when you are just completely new, or you're kind of mid cycle of searching. And it's we always say, take a step back and think about what's your day-to-day like. How do you do business? How do you gather leads? How are you communicating with your leads and customers?
Yeah, I think this is really, really important to do because there are so many, as Asia just said, there's so many different solutions, and it's so hard to get bogged down by that and like see all these flashy features and get really excited and be like, oh man,
how am I going to use this? And what's this? And
yeah. But I think it's really important to ask yourself this question. So like if you're someone who goes to trade shows a lot, for example, you're probably going to want a really wonderful mobile app. You're going to want a CRM that's going to be cloud-based. You can use it very easily on the go. If you're making contacts and networking and you're grabbing people's business cards at the show, you want to be able to easily just like take a picture, have it upload to your CRM and not have to worry about it because you're there to make connections with people. Or you want to make sure that you can just like easily type in your notes and the rest of the team can see it who might not be at the show.
Right.
Yeah. Or like if you're for example, an inside sales rep, then you might have totally different expectations for what a CRM might do than that person who goes to trade shows frequently or outside rep. So inside, click to call might be really important to you, making sure that you can easily, dial out, log your call notes. Maybe you want to have like really good activity reporting too, make sure that you're, in line with your quotas. So it's going to be very different depending on what your day-to-day looks like.
Yep, absolutely. So after you kind of have that broad umbrella understanding of what are the very basics and how am I doing business, then there are 3 things that we usually kind of focus on. The first is functionality, then support and scalability. So in terms of functionality, this goes with kind of what we just said. What are you looking to accomplish? And does it provide that? So I need a tool to provide sales reporting. Does the CRM give you that? Or maybe I need a tool that is going to allow my team and all my team members to collaborate and speak to each other really easily within the tool. Does it offer that? Is it, doing what you need? Thinking about what teams it's going to serve. Is it just a sales tool for your sales team? Is it maybe sales support and marketing? Who's going to be on the tool and using it? And how accessible is it, and what sort of accessibility do you need? Like Erica said, do you need a mobile app? Do you need a desktop app? Or, what sort of things do you need based on how you're going to use it? And finally, can you easily understand some of the functionality without it being explained to you? So if you can't understand it, maybe that's not really what you need. Is there a way to understand the features that you're using, and do you get, oh yeah, that is the feature I need, let's use that?
Yeah, and I think with your last point, really support comes into play there.
Absolutely.
it is, when you're implementing a new tool, I know it can be a struggle sometimes when you're dealing with people who are set in their routines. And so making sure that you have a great support system is really important. And it's right alongside functionality. I would say it's just as important. I talk to people every day who are like, I need help, I need support in either trying to find the right CRM for me, or I'm using a CRM, how do I get through this? And you want to make sure that there's going to be someone there that you can talk to.
Yeah.
And if you can't talk to them over the phone, make sure that you can chat or email them, just in case you have any questions, so you're not alone in this process. And also, I think it's really important to think about, whether or not there's going to be someone there to help you out. Maybe do, onboarding, or jump on a quick screen share and kind of help walk through any questions with you. And also, when you're thinking about support, not only making sure that you have access, but also it's good to check and see if you're being charged for that.
Yep, absolutely. And I think even piggybacking off of that from the support side, is someone there to onboard you? Is someone there to help you? Thinking of scalability. So whether you're growing in terms of number of employees and you need someone to be able to quickly get on in the tool and able to use it really quickly. So thinking of just sheer user number, but also thinking of, we don't need really deep analytical reports right now, but maybe 4 months down the road, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, we're really going to need that. That's going to be a huge focus. But our focus today is working leads through a sales process, and that's it, just closing deals. So thinking of how is the CRM going to scale with you, and do you have that support to help you scale? Like, do you have the support that says, oh, I'm so glad that you guys are ready to use this feature, this function. Let's get on the phone and talk about it. Let me help you out, and let me help you optimize this tool. Or, oh my gosh, you're hiring 4 new sales reps. That's awesome. You want to get on a quick onboarding? Let me walk them through the tool so they can get going on their day one that they're in the office. Like, it's huge and really important to make sure, that you're able to scale and really grow, because really that's the goal of a CRM, is to help you grow in one way or another.
That's so true. So I know that we've talked quite a bit about like what a CRM is, how it's going to help you, also how to try and find the right CRM. But we want to take you here and show you Nutshell and just give you a sneak peek into our CRM. Nutshell is actually an Ann Arbor, Michigan-based company. And all of our engineering, sales, support, and marketing is housed underneath one roof. And we feel like we've created a CRM that's specifically for small to medium-sized businesses in mind. And it's a tool that really kind of embodies that getting organized, selling smarter, and growing relationships mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to take you through the tour, kind of following that, getting organized, how it helps you sell smarter, and then how it can help you grow relationships. So this first slide here, we want to explain about getting organized. So this is a company page. You can see all the basic company information. Of course, that's customizable. You can add in the fields that you need to track, that basic contact information. Beyond that, you can see who works at this company. So we see Claire Smith here is the CEO at Tenera Grains. We can see there's a meeting later on, the activity that's linked with this company, and just all of that information there linked to one page. Beyond that, you have kind of some demographic information, where they are. So we have this fun little map tool, gives you some context. Maybe if you're on the phone, something to talk about at first, and able to know, what time it is, their time zone. And then for you outside reps, knowing where they are, you can filter down all your companies or leads by this map. So just knowing where everyone is and who's close to you, or if you're going somewhere else, you can see who could you stop in, say hi to, and continue, grow those relationships. Although that's 2 steps ahead.
So if you're working with Claire, maybe she's someone that you've worked with before, or maybe this is, a brand new person that you've never spoken to. Right off of this page, you're able to create a lead. So you can begin that selling smarter stage. And Nutshell lets you do that. So I'm going to go ahead. I've created this lead for Claire Smith, and you'll see right front and center that we have this sales process. And this sales process, I would say, is a huge differentiator because it really helps me manage my day. So it's definitely a lifesaver there. It tells me exactly, when I should be reaching out, how I should be reaching out, so I can make sure that I'm moving forward with Claire in the best way possible. And we're, continuing to have good conversations, and I'm working through this lead with her.
Yep, absolutely.
And after I've worked with Claire and was able to, sell her, you want to be able to pull all those good reports too. So Nutshell allows you to do that in one place. It makes sure that you don't have to pull things out into Excel. Right now we're looking at one of our sales analytics reports. And this is just one of the reports that we have in our system. This one's pre-built. We also have the capability for you to do some custom reporting, so you can really see the type of metrics that you'd want to see.
Yeah. I think that's huge too. Not every business considers the same metrics as important. There might be something we as Nutshell find really important in our sales process, and we want to report on that. We can easily set up that custom report. It's saved. It's running in the background all the time. The work's off our shoulders. We just get to pop in and look, oh, okay, we're here. Let's move, or let's make this move, or great, awesome. That's huge. Yeah, absolutely. So after you sell, of course, that's not where it ends. You want to make sure to grow those relationships. And here we have 2 little pictures of our people page. And one of our favorite functions, of course, is that keep in touch. So you can kind of set an auto follow-up after you finish the sales process. You can have a notification to follow up with someone that you're a customer, a potential customer, every month or every 3 months or every week. So you're continuing to nurture relationships and really keep in contact and keep in touch.
Absolutely. I think it's a really great feature because it takes a lot of the guesswork of when you should be reaching out, especially if it's a current client of yours, or maybe it's a lead that's it's going to be a little bit longer sales cycle, so you don't want to necessarily work through the sales process, but you just want to have that auto reminder. It's really nice having that there. And I think another component of growing relationships is our email templates. Yeah, and so our email templates are really great. You can go ahead and do mass email sends, kind of segment for those future marketing opportunities, making sure that you're reaching out, letting people know either about your product or just touching base with them. And not only do we have the capability for you to do mass email sends from within Nutshell, but we also have a really wonderful integration with MailChimp.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, all of your customers, all of the information you'd ever need about a customer should be in Nutshell, can be tracked in Nutshell, so you can segment on whatever you need. If what's important to you is that someone has green carpet, you can, make that a field and send out an email to everyone who has green carpet in your CRM. Like whatever it is, you're able to segment and do it right there super easily. There's no keeping a million different lists on your desktop or, on your drive. Just having it there, being able to, filter out by that, send your email by that. It's amazing. And again, it's all tracked there then too. You see which leads, which customers, which prospects got those emails, and it's great.
Yeah, I think it's just that visibility is, again, just so important. And it's really exciting when you have that because you just get to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now that we've covered some of the CRM basics, I would encourage you guys to reach out to us if you have any questions about, if you just don't know if you have questions whether or not the CRM is right for you, or if you've been evaluating a couple different CRMs and you're curious about Nutshell, go ahead and shoot us over an email at sales@nutshell.com. We'll email you, we'll hop on a call need be, and we're really there to help you in that process.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We're happy to help. Like Erica said, reach out. Feel free to talk with us as you begin your journey.
Thanks.